Hey, Lisa, what a day, huh?
Oh my gosh, what a day. That's beautiful. I
It,
haven't been able to be out in it, but I look out my window and it looks amazing.
yeah, some of us from the office met for a little lunch in the park, social distancing
Oh,
lunch. And
yes.
it's nice out. It's a little breezy, so it kind of makes a little cool, but fortunately it's sunny out. It was really, really nice.
I know. Actually, and if you think about it, how breezy it was yesterday,
Yes.
then today seems quiet and calm.
Yeah. Yeah, I had my windows open at night the last few nights, and the
Me
wind was
too.
so strong it kept blowing my blinds, and rattling. So I had to finally close my windows. That was kind of annoying 2 nights ago. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
try
actually had
to keep the
so
light on.
I have no grass yet. So I have dirt that because it blows
Oh,
my dirt. And so my windows were open and I have dirt on my windowsills and actually on my carpet. And I'm like, and I have white
oh,
woodwork. And I'm like, ah.
that's
Anyway,
not good. That's not
that's
good.
not good.
Hey, guess what, Lisa?
What?
Okay, my dream has come true.
I'm so happy for you.
I
What
know.
happened?
Dis- Disney now has cloth face masks with Disney and Marvel prints.
Okay, Lynn,
Yeah,
could
yeah.
you have
I'm gonna
not
make.
had those 2 months ago?
Yeah, I know. It's funny. I was just talking to my son on Monday night. I said, I wonder if they're going to come out with Disney masks. He says, "Oh, I'm sure somebody's working on that." Today, I on the Disney blog, they have face masks.
You're going to be like, at some point, you're not even going to have to wear one, but you're like, no way, I am wearing it.
It goes with my outfit so well today. I'm going to wear Minnie Mouse, or I'm going to wear Baby Yoda, or Spider Man, or whatever.
Okay, do you know what I just got today? So hopefully she's not watching this, but I ordered the Love Your Melon company.
Yeah, yeah.
They came out. So my 15-year-old son and his girlfriend Clara, they love Star Wars. They are like Star Wars. They talk about it. They watch these shows that I don't even know what they're watching anyway.
Right.
Um, but I forgot I had ordered her. They had Baby Yoda stocking caps, and it came in the mail today. And I forgot it was like months ago that I ordered it because it was on back order. And
Yep.
I'm like, it came, and Cole's like, oh my gosh, she is gonna, and it's like this really pretty mint green, then with the little Baby Yoda on it.
Oh, that's great. No, see, now you need to go on DisneyStore.com and order the Yoda mask, Baby Yoda mask for her.
Just the mask, and
Yeah.
oh, that's good.
And you know what Monday is? Monday is May the 4th.
Monday is right. May the fourth be with
With
you.
you. It's my grandson's birthday. So, yeah, yeah. So,
Sunday.
anyway. Well, something else has been happening lately too. In the last 10 days, I've had 3 transactions with multiple offers.
Wow, tis
I
the season.
know.
That's crazy. That's crazy for a seller to have to weed through that,
Right.
and for a buyer who's putting in those offers that know that maybe you're up against 2 or 3 other offers.
Right, exactly. So, for a seller, it's easy because you're looking at both offers in front of you, or both or three or whatever it is, and you can compare them side by side. When you're a buyer, it's blind. You don't
That's
know,
true.
right? And not always and it's not always the highest price that
That
the seller will
wins.
accept. Sometimes there's different terms within the type of financing, whether there's financing or not, if it's a cash sale over financing, inspections, what's included, timeline, closing date, all that is part, and also earnest money is also part of that. When we tell people to bring their best and highest, it isn't always necessarily price. I will say, most of the time it does come down to that, but not always. And so, yeah, it's been an interesting 2 weeks.
So if you were, say I'm the seller on this instance,
Yes.
and I've got 3 offers in front of me.
Mhm.
Um, as you're kind of counseling a seller, what am I looking for in those offers? Because I know as a finance person,
Mhm.
what we're trying to have that pre-approval look like for our are buyers, right?
Right.
That they go into it. So if you've got a seller, what are you saying to them as they look at these different offers?
Right. So I try to do, I go through each part of the purchase agreement kind of on a side by side. So I actually do a spreadsheet that shows, okay, this offer has this type of financing in 1, 2, and 3. Their offer price, their earnest money, if they're asking for closing cost credits, if they're asking for a home warranty, what they're asking for. So we look at it. I like Excel spreadsheet or
Yep.
Google Sheets, and it looks at side by side. And then what I'll provide them also, particularly if there's lots of different types of pieces in that offer, I'll do an estimated closing sheet for them so they can see what their net is. Now, if it's purely the offers are similar, it's just price, then that's pretty easy to look at. We'll just look at each of them and say, the terms are very similar. It's going to come down to the dollars. So in most instances, the dollars will win out there. Now, another one, where we were looking at different types of financing, also how much, they're asking for closing costs and so forth. So that all affected the net to the seller.
So as you are looking, just because, so I lived in, so 2 questions for you. So I lived in Minneapolis at a time, and I happened to be that seller who had 5 offers in one day. Yes. So they came, it was kind of a weird time because I sat at a table with my realtor and Marilyn. And it's funny, they say you forget your realtor. I don't, Marilyn sat next to me. And they literally came in and gave me their case for why I should accept their offer. So I know in some towns or communities too, sometimes the buyer, if they know they're going in with multiple offers, will also write letters
Yes.
to the sellers. Is that common? Like in our area, is that common or no?
It happens, but it's not all that common. Sometimes because a buyer does have that option to write a letter to say, who we are and why we would love this house and what their situation is without disclosing too much personal information. Some people do include a letter. The agent also can opt to, I want to present the offer to the buyer, or I'm sorry, to the seller. So the agent can come in and present that offer. The buyer isn't there, but the agent is and presenting it. So that they have an independent presentation of the offer outside of the other ones. So that does happen. It's not real frequent. And of course, right now with not really meeting
contact
face to face, that's probably not going to happen very much right now. So, but that does happen occasionally. Yeah.
So another question then. So it is an option. So I just say, as like a buyer is going into it,
Yep.
if you love this house, right, you can put your passion for the house in writing and at least submit it with the offer.
Right. Exactly. Yep. And that can tip the scale sometimes, unless it's a real, this is a financial transaction. So a seller is going to look at it from a dollars and cents, viewpoint as much as the emotion. I mean, you do want somebody that's going to buy your home and love it as much as you do. But at the end of the day, does this make sense financially? But yes, absolutely. A letter can really tip the scale if there's a very little difference between the offers.
Yeah. So what about as offers come in as well, you might have an offer with a pre-approval letter that is from me.
Yes.
And then you might have a pre-approval letter that maybe is from a company that is more of a nationwide company that you might be able to push a button and you're not sure who actually wrote the letter for their pre-approval. Is probably a computer potentially.
Yep.
Does that come into play as you're looking at?
It can, yeah. I mean, that's one of the things that we take a look at is where is their financing coming from, what type of financing they're getting, how clear is their ability, how many contingencies are on that pre-approval. Sometimes have they already gone through, has the buyer gone through underwriting? That makes a big difference. So yeah, all those factors come into play.
So I would say, so on our end too, like, in fact, we have a common person right now who their file didn't, I mean, it was super, super strong file. And because of what they're putting down in their credit score did not require an appraisal either. So that's kind of a nice option.
Yes.
And I know for a few people that have been in that situation, I've made the say, hey, if you need anything from me, just let me know, because these are super strong. Because I think sometimes right now, in today's environment, you also have employment, you have a few things going on right now that are interesting compared to other times we have these multiple offers. And
Right.
two, I think I can't ever guarantee somebody's employment, but if you're like, nope, you know, a secure industry, we don't tell them what they do, but you write a secure industry that seems like they're continuing on, and
Yes.
like a really strong file. Or as we try to get people to get your file into underwriting, that's also good for your sellers.
Yeah. You know, and that's, you know, just another reminder for buyers, if you're thinking about buying, and regardless of the pandemic, we're still in a spring buyer's market, or a spring market. So you obviously, if I've had three multiple offers in 10 days, so have other properties and agents. So that means you need to be prepared when you step into the market, because if you see that house you really, really like, don't think about it over the weekend, because you think, well, there's not that many people out buying, and, you know, we got time to think about it. Well, there were a few buyers that thought too long and missed out. So, or weren't ready with their pre-approval. So the first thing we want to look at when we receive an offer is, do you have your financing in place? Who are you working with? And, you know, and I would say the majority of time you can get a letter. If you don't have it in hand, you can get one over the weekend. So, you know, sometimes if you've already gone through that process and you're pre-approved, you just have a physical letter. So that's one thing, is I always tell buyers, you gotta be prepared. You know, you gotta do your homework before you take the final exam, right? So you gotta do your due diligence and get that pre-approval taken care of before you even think about writing an offer.
So when you're counseling somebody so you're going in with your buyer to buy a house, and you kind of, you know, sometimes usually if there's already another offer,
yes,
like what if you're the first, what if there's been like 5 showings and I'm the first one and I'm putting in my offer? Sometimes they have, right, they're taking all offers till 5 o'clock or something that day, right? So if I'm the buyer going in, you're going to tell me my highest and best. How do I know what my highest and best is?
I know exactly. And
is that just kind of a crapshoot?
It is. It's like, okay, where am I comfortable financing? And I remind buyers, you're living in the payment, not in the price. So if going up $2,000 isn't going to change your payment, you know, that much, it might be what, $6 a month?
Yeah.
So if $2,000 looks like you're not spending $2,000 additional per month or per year on that house, you're spending another $6 a month. Look at the payment. Can you live in that payment? You know, if it falls within your qualifications, can you live within that payment? Does that make sense for you?
Right. That's good advice.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good. It's kind of a fun, interesting, like I love this time of year just because it's so busy, which I love. But I think for first-time home buyers, I think sometimes it's a shock. And sometimes you almost have to lose out on that first house to realize exactly what we're talking about, that there really is 4 offers sitting there. And you're not coming in with the low ball hoping that you're going to get a great deal on this house when you've got 3 other people competing with you.
Right. Exactly. So, that can be very frustrating for first-time home buyers. You're like, well, I don't understand. You know, it's like, what, does this happen all the time? It happens a lot. Yeah. So
I was going to say, I think we've had a few people that, you know, they're on their 4th house, right? Putting in an offer because of certain circumstances or whatever. But.
And by the 3rd time they figure out, okay, we're just going to have to go for it because we don't want to get in this situation again. And, you know, and I've had buyers say, you know, if they know there's additional offers, they're like, yeah, we're not going to get into that. You know, some people will just walk away. We're not even going to put an offer in because we don't want to get in that kind of a situation. And that's perfectly understandable. It's stressful.
It is stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I think there's negotiators and gamblers and people like that, right? And
Yes.
then like I have that with rate locks too. Like, all right, well, here's where we're at. You tell me. And I'm like, you get to tell me, right? You're either a gambler and you're like, nah, I think I want to gamble this, or you're that person that's like, nope, I'm comfortable with the payment. So lock me in and I don't want to have to think about it anymore. And then I tell people, then quit watching the markets because
Right, exactly. Stop looking at it. Yeah, right.
Once you sell your stock, right, it's sold. So once you lock in, pretty much, you're locked in. So quit watching what it did after you locked in.
Exactly. You can't do anything about it now, so stop it. Yeah, yeah. It's like continuing.
Yeah, well, that's great. That's good. So I think our buyers and sellers just need to know about those multiple situations and kind of what's happening. And
Come here. Oh, so somebody had to come say hi.
oh, hello, Pat. This is our guest appearance in all of our videos. Pat.
Just got back from a walk, so he's all happy. So
That's awesome.
So anyway, well, tomorrow is May Day, so I hope everybody has a nice first day of May. You know, April showers bring May flowers and things are blooming, and so I'm sneezing. So I don't have COVID, I have allergies.
Allergies, I know. Me too. I'm like, I'm wiping my nose because of allergies.
Exactly. I'm sorry. But maybe in a few weeks, those Disney masks, they're not shipping them until June. So maybe in this summertime, I'll come on with my Mickey Mouse mask.
Yeah. You can wear your ears and your mask.
I want one with Tinkerbell on it. So
so good.
All right. Well, you have a great weekend, Lisa. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, Taylor. See you later.
Bye-bye.